This bill is apt, and this bill speaks for the times. Mr. President, one of the major problems that we have in Nigeria today is a problem of examination malpractices. And tell me why. Because the Nigerian system has emphasized so much on certificates that Nigerians will go to any length to acquire the certificates. Whether they acquire the knowledge or not is immaterial to them. And so I think that this bill, if executed, will cure that malice. Secondly, Mr. President, the most successful human beings in terms of business and wealth today are the Igbos of Southeast. And the reason is very simple. They believe very much in apprenticeship, in learning by doing. And so they are very successful whenever they come out of it. And today we are trying to examine a situation where we can create a platform for Nigerian youths to acquire skills. Because in America, for instance, the artisan, the engineer, is more highly regarded than the ordinary persons you find in government houses and the rest of them. And so they don't have reason to even go to a government job. They will even refuse government job if you offer them one, because they have the knowledge and the expertise to live their lives. And so this is one area of creating that avenue for Nigerians to learn to acquire knowledge, to be useful, and engage in productive activities of their own. Mr. President, finally, I want to inform you that years back, several skills acquisition centers had been introduced in Nigeria. But unfortunately, Mr. President, most of them have been uncompleted. In the last regime, I went to my friend, Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Diary, and I said, look, we have these platforms all over the country, and they are uncompleted. Find a way to complete them so that Nigerians can find a way of acquiring knowledge to be useful to themselves. He agreed, but unfortunately, I think because of the exigencies of the time, he was unable to activate those skills acquisition centers. So in addition to supporting this establishment, I will urge the Senate to also know that there are such uncompleted skills acquisition centers spread across the country uncompleted, so that they can be completed, so that Nigerians, especially unemployed youths, can find avenue of acquiring additional skills. Mr. President, it will interest you to note that most university graduates today are learning trades in order to be gainfully self-employed. Whether it is in the saloon, whether it is in the barbing, wherever, they try to find ways of earning livings other than acquiring government job. So, Mr. President, I support this bill to be read a second time, and I support that it be approved for implementation so that Nigerians can find other alternatives than government job to be able to live their productive lives. I thank you, Mr. President.